So welcome to Turning Pages with Bree. So glad you are here spending some of your TIME time with me on another video. Welcome anyone that is new or anyone that is returning. I so appreciate you. Anybody that's chose to subscribe to me, thank you for doing so. And if you're thinking about subscribing, go ahead and do it. Don't think anymore. Just go ahead and do it. Anyways. This video is going to be me sharing 3 books that I'm going to be reading in the next upcoming days, weeks, whatever, however long it takes me to read these. One is a very new author to me. I found it from looking at another fellow YouTuber video, and I'll put her information up here so that you can see her because she's really popular. I think her name is Jordan. Anyways, she's much more popular than myself, but I like her videos and I follow her channel, and she gives some really good recommendations. And so I'm reading this book called Saint by Ray Anderson, I think it is. You know, it'll always be up here for you to see. And it is free on Kindle Unlimited, just in case if you have that. If not, I think it's a nominal charge. It's not very much if you wanted to get it on Kindle Unlimited. I'm assuming it may be also a paperback that you can purchase from Amazon as well. This is a new author to me, so I am highly excited to get into her books because the first part of this book has captured me. I'm not very far in. It's not a very long read, but it is good. Of course, it's a romance. We all know I love romance, but it has a really good premise. I'm not going to go into great detail right now about it, but I will tell you this much. It has representation of the main male character having, I think it's autism. I think he has autism. And the main female character, I don't think she has any kind of issues like that. But basically they meet in this very interesting way where her life is literally on the line. And he basically captures her to kind of save her life, so to speak. And I'll just leave it at that. I'm going to let you be surprised by how all of this stuff is transpiring in the story, because it is very interesting. From the first few pages, from the first couple of chapters, I am all in and invested. And I love it when a book can capture me and keep me, interested from that first, couple of paragraphs. And then as it continues to go on, it is still interesting, so much so that it is warranting me to want to continue to read that over picking up something else. It's like I want to go back and read that particular book. So that is how Saint is making me feel right now. So it is intriguing and I am excited to get into it. I don't think this one is going to take me very long to read because it is good. The next one I am going to be picking up and reading is Goodbye Earl. I'm trying to get through my physical TBR because I need to read more of those books. And so I am going to be reading a revenge novel by Lisa Cross Smith. Never have read anything by this author, and I'm here for it. I think it's going to be a good read. This is the author, if you can see that. And anyways, and she also, they said, is the author of Half Blown Rose. Okay, so we'll see. And I am going to get back into my girl Shanora Williams. I love her books. This is The Other Mistress. I have read a few of her thriller type books, and so this is one that's been on my shelf that I have not picked up. The Other Mistress I am going to be diving into on this particular video. So with that said, I'm going to come back on to share when I have something more to say about these 3 books. It's just going to be these 3. That's going to be a part of this video to, let you know how it's going and how I'm feeling about it as I am reading through it. I'll try to make this a little bit shorter because the last one I did was 4 books, and when I got through and started filming or stopped filming and put it all together, it was like almost an hour long. I don't want it to be that long. I want to get in and tell you and talk to you, but I don't want it to be super, super long. I mean, I don't know if you guys like that, but I think that's a little too long. So I think my wheelhouse is mostly like 25 minutes. I think that's good timing. So anyways, I'm going to come back and share with you as I am going through and getting into the rest of these books. So see you soon. Okay, so I have started on The Other Mistress. And not only have I started on it, I'm probably about 35, about 30 to 35% in. I'm on like page 86. So this is not a very long book. It's like 200 and something, 270 something pages. So let me tell you, it's a mess. Getting back into Shanora Williams, because I enjoy her as a writer, but when she writes her thrillers, or I guess this would be a thriller, so to speak, or mystery. The person that she gets to narrate the book, or I don't know if I think it's just one person or two, whoever. They do such a good job on these, because their inflections and the way that they tell the story, the way that they read the story, it has you on pins and needles. It has you just interested. It's hard to not just go and read this in like 1 to 2 settings and just be done with it, because it's that good. So I am vastly flying through this because I keep going to it and picking it up and wanting to, read it, because it's just that interesting, because of the narrators. Not to say that the story is not good, because the story is good. So anyways, I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but I will tell you this. The Other Mistress is definitely titled correctly, okay? The main female character is married, of course, and she finds out that her husband, that she's been married to for however many years, I can't remember how long, but whatever the case may be, her husband is cheating, okay? So not only is he cheating, she finds out, but she finds out that he's cheating on the person that he's cheating with her on. So he's cheating on her like twice over so far in the book. And so that is, not really a spoiler, but that is just comical, because the way that the story is told is like, are you serious? First of all, you cheating, and then you cheating with someone else. I find out that you're cheating on the person that you're cheating on me with as well. So that in itself is a problem. But the crap that this woman, this main female character goes through so far is ridiculous, okay? Because I'm gonna just tell you this little part. Ain't no way. I mean, there is not any way that I am going to then, knowing that he is cheating twice over on me, turn around and have sex with him, go down on him? Oh no. Are you serious? So that in itself is a problem in the book. But that's as much as I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna tell you it's very interesting. The trajectory of where it is going is comical at this point, because most people would have just bailed out. They'd have been like, you know what, this is not, I'm not going to be in this. But this main female character, Adira, I think her name is Adira, she is fixed in her head that she wants to have a child with said husband that is cheating twice over. Why in the world would you still want to have a child with this man? I do not know. But here nor there, the book is good. I'm so glad I'm enjoying it. If you have not picked up one of Shanora Williams' books, you are doing yourself a disservice. She does this type of writing, this interesting, intriguing, psychological stuff. she does it very well. She keeps it very interesting, to the point that you, like I said, you just want to gobble it up. You want to eat, you want to read it in one setting if you can. That's how good of a writer she is when it comes to these types of books. So I have had this on my shelf for a while, but definitely glad I picked it up now, and I will share with you a little bit more as I go through the book. But I'm enjoying it. I am definitely enjoying this. Now, let's talk about the other book that I'm reading on this one, which is Saint. Okay, and this is by Ray Anderson. So anyways, I'm about 30% in. I'm reading this on my Kindle. Okay, and so I've already told you a little bit about it, and of course it is very interesting. It's a romance book, but it's not your typical romance. We have the representation of a neurodivergent main male character, Saint. And as I already shared with you some of the beginning of what I read, I will not give anything away, but I will tell you that it is interesting when you see how the main female character that he's involved with, due to the circumstances that they find themselves in, how she is having to unravel who he is, by kind of asking questions to him, and kind of recognizing that he is answering them different, that he is dealing with things a little bit differently than what's normal. And she, of course, doesn't know that he's neurodivergent, that he has this autism. She doesn't know that about him because, of course, you remember she met him in this awful situation where he has captured her, and due to I think I'm trying to remember what all that I told you about it, but anyways, she's captured by him due to the guy that she goes out of town with, or out of the country with, on vacation, being a very bad person, and she not knowing it. And the main male character, Saint, he kills the guy because he's hired to kill him. So he kills him, and she sees this. She is in an area that she ends up seeing this happen. And so instead of him killing her, he looks at her and, of course, just takes her. And so I think I shared some of this with you, but I can't remember. But that part is, like I said, not really of a spoil. It's not spoiling anything. It's just giving you the basis of how they meet. And from there, we get this storyline where they have to be in close proximity because of these unforeseen situations that happen. So it is quite interesting. But what's even more interesting is how she is dealing with getting to know him in this particular space, in trying to prevent anything further from happening to her. He ends up suggesting that they get married because then he can protect her. So we have a fake marriage situation. And because of that, she is basically drawn into his world and finding out who he is. And of course, he has all this money and he can find out easily who she is. But just the whole thought of, how people do meet people out here in the world, and you don't know their idiosyncrasies. You don't know their background when you first meet them, especially when it's just, those intimate connections that you find yourself dealing with people. And to turn around and know, or I guess at some point she's going to find out he has autism, or she's going to have to, I guess at some point, how it's going to reveal itself is going to be very interesting. But the book is interesting. I feel like I gave you too much. I'm sorry if I did. I'll probably put on the front of this, in this this clip, I'll probably put that I'm giving away a little bit of spoiler, even though I try not to. But I'll try to not give so much away. But this book is good. It's really a good book, and it's the first in the series. So she did a good job. I am, again, wanting to keep reading, wanting to keep turning my Kindle pages on this one. I have not started the third book, Goodbye Earl. I haven't picked that up yet, but I am going to, because I did download it to my Kindle as well, from borrowing it from Libby, because it was available. And so I am going to, at some point, pick that up. And it may be that I pick that up after I finish reading one of these, because these are so good. I don't know that I want to start Goodbye Earl in the middle of these two. So it'll be on the video, but it's probably going to be once I finish maybe this one. And then I'll jump into the Goodbye Earl. So anyways, I'll be back. Okay, so I am close to being finished with The Other Mistress by Shanora Williams. And I had to pop on real quick. I think I may have figured out what's going on, but I'm not sure, so I'm not going to say right now. Of course, because I don't want to give any more spoilers or anything like that. But the way this woman, the main female character, is acting, it's like she is got some mental issues. Okay, I will say that. It feels like to me she really has some mental issues, the way that she's been acting in this book. I mean, she is sporadic. She is all over the place. And the fact that her husband, or the way that it's being told, like her husband literally at this point is not really even hiding the fact that he's sleeping around. And, or at least that's how the story is being told from her point of view. And it is crazy. I mean, it is asinine at the boldness of how he is handling this and the delusions that she is sharing with us in the story. Y'all, like I said, I'm reading this in the book while I'm listening to it for the most part of it. I listen, a lot, but I do tend to pick it up and kind of flip through and listen and look at the same time and read, at the same time with it. And if you do read this, you got to pick up the audio or download the audio if you have it on Libby or anything, because that's what I used. I used Libby from the library to get it. And it's going to have you laughing out loud. The characters, the narrators that are being used, or the narrator, I don't know if it's the same one or if it's multiple, but they are hilarious. The character that plays like one of the mistresses, she's crazy. She has you just on the edge of your seat laughing at her silly self. The way she's describing the things, all the things. I mean, it's funny. So you want a good laugh and a good story, this is definitely one you want to pick up. It is definitely psychological. Just had to pop on and share that with you. That's just that tidbit. I want to give you just a little something of how I am feeling right now with this book. I am flying through it, and I'm more than likely going to be done with it. I could be done with it tonight, but I'm going to wait and I'm going to finish it tomorrow. So definitely we'll be wrapping this up tomorrow. And I started Goodbye Earl. And I'm about 3 chapters in, so I'm not very far in, but they have long chapters. Oh, The Other Mistress has short chapters. Love it to death. It has like 100 gazillion chapters. Love that. But Goodbye Earl has long chapters, so get prepared for that if you're reading it. I'm going to have to start over because I feel like I know kind of what's going on, but I kind of don't. And I think it may be because I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to probably start this again. I'm going to not pick up Goodbye Earl until I'm finished with The Other Mistress. So I'm going to start it over from beginning and reread what I have already read, because I feel like I'm not capturing the story like I need to. So I'm going to start again and see if that helps. Because I don't want to DNF it. I think it's me. And I think that I am just got too much on my mind, and I need to really be focused and concentrating on what I'm reading with that. Or it may be that I need to read it with my eyes some first. So that also could be the issue, because I'm distracted while I am listening. So we'll see. So I'm not going to pick that up right this second. I'm going to wait a day or two after I finish this. So maybe Tuesday, possibly tomorrow, because today is Sunday. So anyways, I'll be back when I have some more to talk about with these books. Okay, so I have finally completed The Other Mistress. I am done. And I knew I was going to be done today. Today is June 1st, and it was all that I wanted it to be. It was definitely intriguing, made you want to continue to read it. Of course, I'm not going to give you any spoilers about what happens at the end, but I can tell you it's kind of somewhat what I was thinking. So it didn't shock me. It didn't give me the shock factor, because I, in my head, had already kind of drawn to the conclusion of what was going on a little bit. Except it did expand on what I was thinking a little bit more. It was a hot mess. It was a hot mess. And like I said, I still stand by, if you have the physical book or the ebook, do the audio with it, immersive read it, because the inflections the narrator gives you while she's reading the story, it just heightens the experience so much more. You will just enjoy it. You will love it. So I am now at the point where I am going to pick up and start over with Goodbye Earl, because I think I can be more focused, because I was just like heavily focused to this one, and I think I now can zero in and really focus on reading Goodbye Earl. And the other book that I am completing, Saint, by Miss Ray Anderson. I have gotten just a little bit further in it, almost at the halfway point. So we'll come back on and share some more of that story with you. Don't have an update right now of any specific things, but I will tell you that it's still interesting. The storyline, I've already kind of shared with you where it's going and what it's about. I just want to say this one point about this story. I don't know if it's in the physical book as well as it's in the Kindle version that I have, but I love the fact that the author put in the pictures to give you a real understanding of where her head was, how she's envisioning some of the things that are going on. That just enhances this story so much more. The storyline is already good. She did a great job with this storyline so far, but the pictures that she is, sliding in throughout this story, just chef's kiss. That was such a good idea. Such important to the story. So important to the story, and it makes it even more vivid in your reading experience. I can't tell you how much I have been impressed with that. I love it when I can find a book that has some pictures to go with it, because it helps with that experience of what you are thinking in your head about those particular characters and what they're doing. It's just it gives you that extra that you need as the reader. So I love that about Miss Anderson, which makes me definitely want to go ahead and pick up the second book in this series, because I'm liking her writing style. I'm liking I'm picking up what she's putting down. Okay. So anyways, I'll come back on when I have more to share about Saint, and obviously Goodbye Earl. I will be hopefully further along in that story to give you guys a lot to go on. So we'll see. Okay. So I have finally completed Saint and wanted to come on and share with you my thoughts on Saint. Okay, so to me, it was, and this is by Ray Anderson. I know I've already said that, but I just want to be clear. This book was extremely well written, in my opinion, in how she represented the neurodivergent issues of the main male character, Saint. The way in which she wrote the things that he is dealing with and how he's accepting and dealing with them, and the way in which the female main character, Victoria, is dealing with the relationship. Of course, it was a little bit of an insta love situation, but it wasn't poorly done. It was done in a way that I could accept it because I kind of don't like insta love, but this one wasn't too bad. But the way that she weaved in the autism that the main male character Saint has, and how he, in on his level of autism, is dealing with you know, life and the transition of being alone and then incorporating someone into his world, which is not a natural thing for him. And then in the way in which the main female character actually accepted him and was accepting of him actually before she even really recognized or knew what was wrong with him. But I like the fact that he didn't really hide it very long. I like the fact that he kind of just came out and told her what was going on with him. I'm glad that she didn't make that a big issue, like something that he was scared to share with her. And maybe that was part of the fact that of her developing the character true to how he would do in real life, because for the longest time he didn't have a label, you know, through his childhood. I'm not going to give you all the good stuff because I think you should read it, but I will tell you that the way that they presented the issues and how he was raised and how people dealt with him in having this particular issue of autism, it was done very well. She did a very good job. I enjoyed it a lot. I liked the way that this was written. This is his first of a series. The next one is the brother Supreme, one of his brothers, I think Supreme, yeah, that we meet in the kind of sort of like in the beginning of the book, and then they throw him in there a little bit, but you get it. All right, I'm sorry. I just had to make sure that I wasn't being interrupted because I wanted to finish this out. And I just think that the book was written very well and I enjoyed it immensely. If you are a lover of romance, of course, and you enjoy a book that is not your stereotypical romance, that it has a little bit of interesting things going on as far as the mental state of the one of the main characters and how they are dealing with life and how they are being accepted in, you know, the world and by other people, and how other people, you know, deal with them. I think that this is a very good representation of that. I think she did a very good job in just writing those characters very well, in writing the way that people deal with them very well. So anyways, I enjoyed the book, and I gave it, to me, a 4-star. And I would definitely recommend this is a good one to pick up and read. It is not going to be something that you would want to put down because I enjoy it. I think I read it relatively fast, and I am going to go right into the next one. So here I go, messing up my TBR already because I didn't have this on my TBR, but it's going to be now part of what I'm going to be reading in June. But anyways, on to the next. And I am officially going to be starting Goodbye Earl so that I can then share what's going on with that. So we'll see how that is going. I started a little bit, but I'm not enough into it where I can really share with you guys what's going on. I'm still, you know, in the very beginning parts of that book. I don't know if I think I may have read just chapter 1, in which we are just kind of meeting the main female character, and she's traveled back to her hometown. And so that's pretty much all I can remember even right now, is that we're traveling with her back to her hometown, and there's some things going on with that. So we're gonna pick up from there, and I'm gonna come back on and share with you guys how I'm doing as I'm reading through that, and then we'll wrap this thing up. All right, see you soon. Okay, so I am coming on to finalize and close out this mini vlog of these 3 books. Okay, so I have started rereading Goodbye Earl, okay? And I'm not going to say I'm DNFing it, but I am DNFing it, okay, for right now. Because I do want to complete it. I do want to read it, but it's just not holding my attention. I'm not in the mood for fighting for, I'm just not in the mood for it right now. That's what I'm going to say. And I need to be in the mood to read this, or I just need to read this with my eyes, and I don't have the time to dedicate to read it with my eyes. I was trying to do my ebook through Alexa and let Alexa read it to me, but it's just not working well. And I did listen to like a preview of it from Audible, and it did sound much better. The narration that is used by the actual, narrators for this book, it actually sounded much more intriguing. Like it would keep me alert and keep me into the book if I listened to it through the actual narrators instead of just letting Alexa read it, because the Alexa reading thing just ain't working. And I don't have time, like I said, to dedicate to sit down and read this with my eyes because I'm just not focused on it enough. So I'm going to start reading it and then I'm going to fall asleep. And so I don't want to do that to this book. I want to listen to it. But it's just not right now. I'm not in the mood to read this book, and I am not going to fight myself to force myself to do it. Nothing against it. It's just timing. So I'm going to wait because it's not on my Libby and it's not on Hoopla for whatever reasons. So when I get my Audible credit, my next Audible credit, I am going to use it to buy this because I was going to just go ahead and buy it outright, but it's a little pricey for whatever reasons in Audible. And I don't want to spend that kind of coin on it. So I am going to wait and actually buy it with an Audible credit, or I'll wait for it to go on sale possibly. So because of that, because of me waiting, I am going to DNF it for now, but it's a soft DNF if they call it. So I'm going to come back to it. And I did want to just, have this vlog be to whenever that would be because of this book. So that didn't make any sense. So I'm going to close out this vlog now with me not completing this, but I'm not saying anything negative. I'm just saying I'm not ready. I'm not in the mood to read with my eyes this book, okay? Because it starts out a little slow in the character building, and it's a lot of different character things going on where I need to kind of be focused on it, and I'm not there yet, and I can feel and I know that I'm not there yet. So sorry. Oh, sorry. And so anyways, this is the end of this one. I am glad you hung out with me on these 2.5. Not really. It was just 2 books. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one, and I hope you enjoyed it. It was short, but it was cool. All right. See you next one.